It was the height of the Cold War, a world split in two, where every move between the US and the Soviet Union felt like a step closer to disaster. And right in the middle of that tension was the CIA, America's silent guardian, the agency that prided itself on precision, secrecy, and success. But in 1961, they made a mistake so big, so public, it turned the world's most feared spy agency into a global joke. This is the story of the Bay of Pigs invasion, the CIA's most embarrassing failure. After Fidel Castro's revolution in 1959, Cuba flipped from a US ally to a communist stronghold just 90 miles from Florida. To Washington, it was a nightmare, a Soviet friend in America's backyard. The CIA came up with a bold plan: train a secret army of Cuban exiles, send them back home, and spark a revolution to overthrow Castro. They called it Operation Zapata. April 17, 1961. In the dark of night, 1,400 exiles landed on Cuba's southern coast, the Bay of Pigs. Almost instantly, everything fell apart. Castro's forces were ready. Cuban planes sank their supply ships. Communication broke down. And when the invaders begged for US air support, President Kennedy said no, afraid to start World War III. Within 3 days, the mission collapsed. Over 100 were dead and more than 1,000 captured. Castro paraded them as trophies on live television. For the CIA, it was humiliation on a global stage. The agency that lived in the shadows had been exposed and defeated by its own arrogance. Kennedy publicly took the blame, but behind closed doors, he was furious. He even said he wanted to splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces. And the consequences? Castro turned fully to the Soviets for protection, leading straight to the Cuban Missile Crisis, the closest we ever came to nuclear war. The Bay of Pigs wasn't just a failure of strategy, it was a failure of hubris, a reminder that even the most powerful can stumble when blinded by pride. Because in the end, the CIA didn't just lose a battle, they lost the one thing spies fear losing most: their invisibility.